Please just allow me to rant for a second, please. Because I'm heated right now. I'm pissed. And you wouldn't have thought that since my team didn't play today, you wouldn't have thought I would have been able to get upset. But when you hate a team so much, and when you put a parlay together for another team and it don't hit, and the fashion it doesn't hit, you're just pissed. Just please allow me to get this off my chest. So today, I was rooting for the Panthers. Backstory: I've been rooting for the Panthers ever since Bryce Young got benched. I love the Panthers because a lot of Carolina people are Washington Commanders fans, and the second most fan base subscribed to my channel are Panthers fans. So I got a love for the Panthers, man, just solely off that. And after what they did to Bryce Young, man, I just seen how sad he was, and just I felt bad for him. I was like, man, if that young fella gets another opportunity somewhere else, he's gonna thrive. So this second win of Bryce Young, I have been his biggest fan, and I love Bryce Young now, man. I've been his biggest fan. He's probably my favorite non-commander at this point, just because of his story and I see it, man. He's good. So I've been riding with him since he's coming back. And these Panthers, man, they are so close. They're so close to win. My friend, my day one mans, bro. He clowns me every single week, every time, because I always say, man, this the week of the Panthers. This the week of the Panthers. I'm telling you, the Panthers going to win. I feel good about the Panthers. And he laughs me out every time because, rightfully so. They're 3-9. But I'm like, just look at how they're playing. Should have beat the Chiefs. Should have beat the Bucks last week. Then today, you have ample opportunities, and that just blows my mind. So not only am I heated because the Eagles won, and it's just, I hate them as a Washington Commanders fan, but I had a two-leg with the Panthers and the Falcons on it, and both of those games just broke my heart. So first, let me start with this Panthers game. I want to first start by giving credit to the Eagles, okay? They find ways to win. What can you say about that? As upset as I can be, as pissed off, and I hate their team, and it's just football talk. I don't have no issues with actual Philly people. It's just my team is rival versus your team, but I hate your team, so I'm always gonna root for y'all to lose. But the fashion that they somehow always find a way to win at the end. You can't teach that, man. And that's just what good football teams do. They go toe-to-toe. They go, to the wire with every team, but they always find a way to beat the team on the right side of it. I will say, I don't think that's sustainable, though. I don't think that's going to be sustainable throughout the playoffs. When you're not facing Carolina, when you're not facing Jacksonville, when you're not facing some of these lower echelon teams, and you get to the playoffs and you're facing the Minnesotas, the Detroits, the better teams that get into the playoffs. Shit, I'm gonna throw my Commanders in there. I ain't gonna be humble. When you face the Commanders again, this second version of the Commanders, you ain't gonna be able to go get away with some of that. So I felt good about this game. And it started off how every single Eagles game start off. They start off slow offensively. The Panthers, they come out firing, defensively getting stops. And then that's when the game started. After when I believe Philly, they struck first on the board. They scored. Then the Carolina Panthers, they came back and responded. It was a good back and forth game early on. And I believe it was 13-10. It looked like the Panthers were gonna go ahead and take the lead and go up multiple possessions headed into the locker rooms. And then Bryce Young has a patch of one. Bryce Young, pre-benched rookie version Bryce Young kind of play where he throws far sideline and is picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. That was probably Bryce Young's worst play since being back. But actually, Carolina, they struck first, went up 3-0, right? Took the lead. Then in the second quarter, that's when Philly responded, right? They scored 14 points in the second quarter. And Carolina didn't go down without a fight either, though. They came back and scored. So it's 10-14 at halftime. But the only real touchdown that the Panthers defense gave up in that first half, in my opinion, was probably their first one. Not the second one when Bryce Young threw the pick to give them a short field. Because, the defense doesn't have to give up a touchdown there. Don't get me wrong. They don't have to. But you can't fault them for doing it because you gave them a short field after the turnover. So that's how the Eagles got their second touchdown. So, in my opinion, Carolina's defense played a hell of a game. A winning effort, if you ask me. So, it's 10-14. You come out of halftime. And the Eagles, they go 3-and-out. Carolina gets a stop. Then the Carolina, but they did take up a lot of clock. So Carolina gets the ball. Then they drive all the way down the field. Then after they get down the field, right? This man, Dave Canales. Hold on. Let me actually backtrack first of all to catch you back up if you just missed it. First of all, it is third down. 3rd and 13. This man, Dave Canales, calls a timeout on 3rd and 13. In my head, so that's your first timeout right there. In my head, I say, bro, no. It's second half. It's third quarter. It's like 5 minutes left in the third quarter. You do not do that. You want to know why? Because you're in field goal range, right? So it's 3rd and 13. Just take the penalty flag. Take the delayed game. Hand off the ball to Chuba Hubbard. Let him pick up 4, 5, 6 yards. Then you settle for 3 and go down 14-13. If your field goal kicker misses it, so what? You don't waste the time out there because the trajectory of this game, you are going to need those at the end. You are going to need those timeouts at the end because this is going to be a one-possession game. You cannot burn your timeouts there. What does this fool do? He burns a timeout. But plus side about that is the Panthers, they got 5 yards back because the Eagles jumped offside. So it's 3rd and 8 instead of 3rd and 13. Then they pick up a couple. So make it 4th and 2. So then 4th and 2, Bryce Young and Adam Thielen hooks up on a miraculous pass that somehow got completed. So okay, cool. All right. Maybe this penalty, or excuse me, this timeout won't hurt as bad, especially if they go down and get a score. So they continue to drive. They get down to the 1 yard line. Hands off to Chuba Hubbard. He comes up short. Initially, it looks like he got in. You see on the replay, he looks like he's got in. The announcers are saying, hey, man, Mark Sanchez is saying, like, hey, man, I think he got in. He might got in. Then that's where Dave Canales throws the challenge flag. But in my head, I say, don't do that. It'd be different if it was 4th and goal and this is for the game, or even just 4th and goal in general. I could understand why you're calling a challenge flag because this is a change of possession. This is the last down we have. If we don't get this challenge right, it's the Eagles' ball. Bro, you still had 2 opportunities to get in from the 1. You did not necessarily need to throw the challenge flag there and score on that play because it was 2nd down. You did not have to do that. What does Dave Canales do? Throw the flag. Then the Eagles or the refs come back. After the ruling on the field stands is called. Not a touchdown. The Panthers are charged with their second timeout and have 1 remaining of the half. That does not outweigh the risk. The reward does not outweigh the risk. It doesn't. Because either way, you were still going to have 2 cracks at it from the 1 to get the ball into the end zone. You weren't going to win nothing there from you weren't going to gain anything there from winning that challenge. It wasn't worth it. And it's so frustrating as a regular human, not employed by the NFL, but watching football for years and just sitting in his house saying that. All right, Chuba, you didn't get it. Line it up again. Hand it off to you again. Because guess what happened the very next play? He scores. Carolina takes the lead. And then what is it? Is it Eddie Pinerio? Or whoever their freaking field goal kicker is, misses the PAT. So instead of going up 3, either 3 or 2 at that point, I think they go up 1. So it's frustrating because mental mistakes like that as a coach, how do you get jobs like that and you make mistakes? You have your whole staff around you, man. and you telling me all of them said, yeah, you know what, do it? No, bro. No. Philly, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Yeah, y'all finding ways to win. My Commanders beat the Panthers 40-7. That's all I'm gonna say. We beat this same Panthers team, and you can say, yeah, they got Bryce Young back. So what? So what? We beat them 40-7 though. It ain't like we beat them close game. We beat them 40-7 with a backup quarterback. And I tell you, Marcus Mariota was in that game, so it was backup versus backup, and we beat them 40-7. The Philadelphia Eagles piss me off so much because they get so bailed each and every week. And it's a little bit of hate when I say build because in all actuality, they just find ways to win. They're not getting built. They just find ways to win at the key points. And it's just frustrating because they're not that good, bro. Like next time we play them, bro, we're winning, bro. We're winning. And I don't think they're going to go far in the playoffs because of this exact reason. I'm not even going to say we're going to be the reason that they don't go far in the playoffs. Because, I mean, we could beat them if we play them first round. We could definitely do that. But even past us, you're not beating the upper echelon teams playing like this. Detroit not going for it. Okay. Who will be the third seed? It'll probably be H. I don't care what you say. Tampa Bay beat y'all, bro. They already beat y'all last year in the playoffs. So Tampa Bay could beat y'all. I don't know about Atlanta, and I don't think they're winning that division because especially after I got some words for Atlanta today. I'm pissed at Atlanta because they blew my ticket. I mean, both teams lost, so it really don't matter at this point. But they blew my ticket something terrible, Slim. But let me go ahead and pull up this playoff picture because the Eagles, man, it just pisses me off that they just keep finding ways to win, bro. Because they're not that good, bro. They're not. And Carolina played well enough to win. Bryce Young played well enough to win this game. That he deserves to win one of these games, man. Xavier Legette, drop. Xavier Legette, Bryce Young running around, firing a dart to Xavier Legette. Drop for the game. That's for the game right there. You catch that, it's first and goal from the 1. And now you get to run the clock out. If they don't down him by contact, because no one did touch him, so he got up and ran in the end zone. So they probably would have called a touchdown. But if not, that's down at the 1. You could waste some clock if you want. Maybe I doubt it because you only got 1 timeout now because your coach freaking bozo self burnt 2 timeouts. You win. You at least go up 1 or I don't even know. You tie the game up. Let me just say that because I don't even know if Eddie Pinerio makes the field goal. So you at least tie the game up, but nevertheless, you don't lose. You don't lose. So Carolina lost, Philly won, and I'm pissed. They're due for one, bro. They're not going 15-2. I cannot see it. Matter of fact, did Pittsburgh win today? Because if they beat Pittsburgh next week, we're definitely giving them belt. I still think we're going to win regardless of if Pittsburgh beat them or not. But if they beat Pittsburgh next week and they come in at D.C., Orlando, and Maryland, they come in 12-2, we definitely going to beat them, bro, regardless of the outcome of this game next week. But I just want to see if Pittsburgh won. Because let me see if Pittsburgh won today. Yeah, they won today. So Pittsburgh is what, 10-3? 10-3 now, so that's gonna be a good game. Or 9-3, 10-3, one of them. That's gonna be a good game next week. And I think Philly wins, unfortunately. But regardless, we gonna beat them. And they can't beat the Packers like this in the playoffs. They can't beat Detroit like this in the playoffs. They ain't gonna beat the upper echelon teams like this in the playoffs, bro. I'm telling you. Don't be surprised if Philly is a divisional round exit. Hell, if we match up with them in the first round, wild card exit. You talking about, bro? I hate Philly. But last thing I want to talk about, and this is really what my rant has to come at, and thank you for listening. I don't even know how many people are going to tune into this, but just stick with me, because I'm pissed. I'm a rookie bettor. I don't bet that much. I don't bet often. I ain't addicted to it. I don't bet on I just bet on NFL from here and there, because that's the sport I watch the most, and that's the one I know the most. So, I took the Falcons Felt good about the Falcons today. Kirk Cousins going back into Minnesota. I know he's coming off of a 4-game interception. He has not been playing good. But that game was going exactly how I thought. It was 14-10 at halftime for both games. Both games. Both teams started out fire for me, Panthers and Falcons. But then, it was 10-14 at halftime. Falcons come out. I believe they got a stop on defense. And Kirk Cousins just pooped the bed again. Ray McLeod fumbling. So it's 28-21. They're getting the ball back on a punt. They just got a 3-and-out. Ray McLeod, or no, on the kick return after the touchdown. I think it was Jordan Addison for the 3rd touchdown today. Jordan Addison freaking murdered them today, bro. He murdered them today, Slim. I ain't gonna hold you. He had 3 touchdowns today. Sam Donald, 5 touchdowns, 347, no picks, 22 for 28. I think it's time for me to become a believer in the Vikings, bro. It is. They might not even beat the Vikings playing like that. I didn't even mention Minnesota. But Minnesota, it might be time for me to become a believer. I haven't been a believer in them because I just keep thinking, hey, man, Sam Donald going to be Sam Donald. I don't believe in him too much, blah, blah, blah. No, it's time for me to be a believer in them, bro. 5 touchdowns today on a very good Falcons defense. But I say that to say the final score don't reflect the game. It was 42-21 final score, but it was 28-21. Ray McLeod fumbles the ball. Then they score on that drive, so it's 35-21. They driving down the field, bruh. They driving down the field in the red zone, and this man, Kirk Cousins, throws another interception to I forgot who it was. But he throws a freaking interception. And that's game. At that point, that's game. Because then they go down and they score again. So I'm all over the place, y'all. This is supposed to be a stress-free Sunday, but when you happen to hate a team so much like the Eagles, you want to see them lose, and then when you put money on a team like the Falcons because you got a good feeling about something and it don't work out, and the way, like, if they got blown out, I wouldn't even be mad because I'm like, man, Chewy, Juan Gotti, DeJuan, whatever. You shouldn't have did it. Obviously that's Philly Panthers you shouldn't have did it. They got blown out. But I knew that wasn't going to happen. I knew Carolina was a good matchup for them this week. I knew the momentum that they've been playing with the past month, they were going to be in a position to win this game today, and they were. They had their opportunities. And so did the freaking Falcons, man. I'm out of here, though, bro. I'm freaking pissed. I'm fed up. All right, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.